Hi, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be going over documents and the depart function. To begin, let's click on Document. Here you'll see all of the documents that default for the ECC location. There's Next Page, so you can pick the appropriate document that corresponds with your patient. If you find that there's one you're using more often than others, maybe this chest pain, you can see now that I've selected it, I can add it as a favorite. It'll then default here under your favorites. Let's open up this document for chest pain. Some important tips to remember before you're starting your document. If you want your lab results or your pathology or microbiology results to flow into your document, you're going to want to wait to initialize your document until the lab work has been resulted. If it is not resulted and you start your document, the lab results will not flow into here. As you can see, the red asterisks over here, these are required pieces. So you have to fill out these red asterisks before it will allow you to sign your document. Anytime you see an icon over here, this just means that there's something you can open. So this would be a calendar. We can open up the calendar and select the date. This will be a pad, so we can open it up and put more text in. And this is a clock. Click on it, you can put in the time or just select now. A lot of this information will default in, so information such as who the PCP is. If there was a triage note that was put in, that would default into here as well. Just go through, click some of this information. We can see how down here the allergies and home meds will default in as long as there's been some entered on the patient. If necessary, you can click into these fields and edit them. Clicking in these boxes, you can either type or use your dragon to dictate. On these, positive or negative. If all of these were negative, you could simply do that. Click again to go away. If they were all positive, you could circle. If you just want to select a certain one, of course, you can do that as well. Once you're selecting an individual one, you see how there's a faint comment box here. If you come to the bottom and want to make a comment about this, you can do so. Over here you can see procedures that'll default in for this particular problem. I'm going to click on ultrasound here, so if this procedure was done. We're also asking that if your patient has had any imaging studies done. See how I clicked out into imaging? This chest x-ray. I am going to copy and paste this chest x-ray report. Close out of this. It'll take you right back into your document. And we're asking that you copy and paste those imaging reports into your document. This is for billing purposes, just hoping to capture the most information we can. If this is not done, there is a possibility that coding and billing will be contacting you. So here's the departure. So you won't be able to fill out this information until your patient has actually departed. So we've initialized our document after our lab work was done. We've copied and pasted in our imaging reports. And now we're going to save this, but we're going to save it in draft until our patient has been departed. So here's an overview of it to this point. It's in draft, so we're going to save it in draft. Now say our patient is ready to be departed. We're going to come down to the depart. And this takes us into the depart screen. From here, from our document, if they're the chief complaint, lab results, and problem list, we'll default into here, into the impressions from your document. You can go down and fill out this information. Now down here is where you will enter in any prescriptions. Minimize this so you can see. So all you simply have to do is you can either free text in right here, whatever medication you're looking for. Maybe we're looking for the Cipro tab. You can change any of this by clicking on it. Simply back that out, change the directions. You have to set a quantity if you're going to transmit. And you see how down here, it does show up as a new RX. If you go to the bottom and hit select, it'll add that up under here as a new order, and this is going to be a new prescription. You can continue searching for any new prescriptions that you need added right here in the search bar, or if you're finished, you can do save. Now we can see up here that new Cipro that we wanted to order. At this, right now you can see that it is set to print the ECC script printer. Since this is not a controlled substance, I'm going to change this to transmit. We can see that the preferred pharmacy is going to be the Crohn's pharmacy, and it's still new. You'll then be prompted to enter your PIN. Now, since this is just in our test ring, it's not actually going to go through. Now, if this was a controlled substance, you would either have to print it or write the script. We do not currently transmit controlled substances at this time. I'm just discarding because I was not actually able to transmit that medication. But once you were done and you saved, your prescriptions would show up here. Once you were finished, you would click save, and it would save this departure. Once your patient has been departed, you can go back into your document, and then you will be able to go to your departure tab and fill out any of the required information that is left. Then you'll be able to click save, enter your PIN, and save your document. Now, once your patient's status has been changed to departed, they will fall off the tracker board. If you need to find them again, you will have to go into this patient routines desktop. Find the correct one that you're looking for, and that'll open up your patient. And then if needed, you can go into any of these other tabs over here on the right-hand side.